Hello, everyone. Today is Indigenous Peoples Day 2022, and I was thinking how best to mark the day. Uh, my experience is that powwows are cultural and commercial rather than political events, and it's kind of ridiculous for me, a non Indigenous person, to try to come up with my own event. So I thought I would go ahead and just do this little note from where I'm perched at the moment and talk about how restoring land and sovereignty to the indigenous nations can help us fight fascism and militarism in California. Okay, through a very strong federalism. Look at the example of Switzerland. In order to go to war, rather than respond to an attack, in order to carry out such an attack, the Swiss Confederation would need the consent of all 32 cantons. It's unlikely to get it. Also note that during the rise of Nazism, yes, there were Swiss Nazis. No, they did not achieve what they did in neighboring Austria, where they convinced the ethnically German part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, which was detached from the rest of that, to join the Third Reich. Never happened in Switzerland. And again, the only time that the Swiss go to war is when they are attacked in self-defense, as anybody would, okay? And not otherwise. So let's apply that to California. If we have a strong federal republic in California with a California Indigenous Congress as a fundamental part of our government, how likely do you think it is that our indigenous nations would consent to go to war other than to defend ourselves? Again, look at the Swiss example. A strong federalism was so successful in resisting fascism, both in the U.S. at the time and in Switzerland, that as the four-power occupation of Germany was winding down, the Americans suggested to the other three occupying powers that the quickest way to put Germany back together and would have the added benefit of making it that much more difficult for fascists to take over again would be a federal republic modeled on the U.S. and Switzerland. It's another way in which restoring indigenous land and sovereignty within the California Republic can help to resist fascism. So it's not like the indigenous are a historical relic. They're still very much present, still very active, still the best stewards of the land, and still, in my view at least, our most promising bulwark of resistance against fascism and militarism. Viva Gran California Libre.